Right, excellent afternoon to all those who are watching us across the states in Nigeria. They said the time points where Democracy Day correspond with election process remains a crucial reflection on our democratic growth and projection for Nigeria towards the new administration that will be coming into power in 2023. And we will be talking more about this on as the show continues. I say again, excellent afternoon, viewers. You're welcome to another interesting episode of Real Talk with Kike. Of course, I remain the convener of this show, Kike Atanda. And I have the Real Talk on the show. Yes, one of them is running late, the house husband, but you know, I think it's high time we give him some what?
Some serious pulling of the year. Husband, warn yourself.
How are you doing, Dami?
I'm beautiful. I'm doing well. I mean, you shocked us. I felt like this is Nigeria when I saw you. Truly full-blooded Nigeria representing green and white. Good afternoon from wherever you're seeing us today. I hope it's a beautiful day with you too. As we take it, Real Talk with Kike. Please join us and we'll make it interesting. My name is Damlola Bandere. Welcome again. All
right, many thanks for that intro, Dami. So, current World Trade Organization Director General, that is Dr. Ngozi Iweala, was the Minister for Finance and Economic Coordination in 2021, and she projected economic recession at the time. I think it's important for us to get more on these historical events in Nigerian history. Stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, on this day in history segment, Dami, let me come to you first. What's your take with this historical event?
Mrs. Oko, I like the fact that today is really out of the bombings and the killings and everything that history has really got to put together. But however, Mrs. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, former Minister of Finance, she served 2 times in Nigeria, 2003 to 2006 under the former President Olusegun Obasanjo. And again, she served under President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan from 2011 to 2015. And I will say that she also served as the Minister for Foreign Affairs in Nigeria. And one of the things that really caught me about her is that her achievements as finance minister really garnered a lot of international awards and recognition. We saw how she was able to move the motion of debt cancellation for Nigeria in tune of like $18 billion and so many other things. And of course, her achievements have spoken for her. And today, she's the Director General of the World Trade Organization. What more can a woman achieve if not more progress? I wish her all the best in life, sincerely.
All right. Many thanks for that. I think for me, the fact that at this time we began, you know, shipping, or let's say slipping rather, into economic recession, which was based on bad economic decision and administration and decisions as well. And as far as I'm concerned, I feel that this was based on the data, the statistics that she gave at the time, you know, which was because of also poor management, however you look at it, and I think bad leadership, yes. And with all that has happened thus far, I understand that COVID-19 came into place, you know, since 2020 and all of that, but our economy have been wobbling since then. And I wish that, you know, our leaders had paid attention at the time on the statistics that she was warning us about. And here we are. Things are even worse.
Things are dwindled.
I just wish that we can have many of the likes of Dr. Ngozi Iweala to actually, you know, help us to come out of these economic challenges that we find ourselves. All right, guys, it's time for a quick message from our sponsors. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
We started our journey over 7 years ago, connecting travelers to their favorite destinations.
Since then, we have revolutionized how we want our passengers to feel while flying.
That is why we've introduced our brand new Embraer 195 E2 aircraft.
Everyone has a face they need to see. When
We are on a mission to add new destinations to our ever-increasing fleet.
Our Boeing 777 will take you on an international journey. Mumbai, Guangzhou, London, Johannesburg.
And now, APC is adding a new destination.
On the 1st of March, APC will begin a new adventure to a brand new destination. Join us as we celebrate our first flight to Dubai International Airport.
AirPace flies you from all our domestic routes to Dubai from Lagos at no additional cost.
All right, many thanks for staying with us. You know, true democracy means fair play, professionalism, and of course, treating all Nigerians equal before the law and giving the sensitivity position to people who can deliver on the job and not based on tribe or religion. However, when all of these are done, I'm asking myself, we should not forget saying that we are celebrating democracy. Yeah, we are celebrating democracy. This is a statement that there's a statement of publicity that was communicated by a coalition of Southern and Middle Belt Youth Leaders Assembly, and they may seem like a fraction of Nigerians, but I'm sure that they spoke the minds of many Nigerians on the street. However, on the show today, we will be reflecting on our democracy, the pros and cons of its adoption in our system since 1999. And of course, the Second Republic of our great country, and many thanks to those who are actually fighting for this democracy. And may I also say that many think that we should have advanced beyond this, and many also think that progress is a continuity, not just a destination. And I'm asking that, should we not have a better democracy as of today? The answer is yes. However, we will be looking at this topic with respect of, or will I say respect to the new set of Democrats that want to take the leadership mantle in 2023. And of course, particularly, we will be discussing the candidacy of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the road to democratic progress in Nigeria that will be elected as president. Again, to discuss this with us today, we have a brilliant politician. Yes, I would like to refer to him as a brilliant politician, yeah, and an active player in the APC politics as far as the Center of Excellence is concerned. And of course, he is a special advisor to the state governor, Lagos State Governor, on drainage and water resources. Again, I say welcome to the show, Engineer Igbokwe. It's a pleasure to have you on the live show today, on our lunch show. How are you doing today, sir? Let's start from there.
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me this afternoon.
All right, many thanks.
I'm delighted to be here. Yes.
All right, many thanks.
I said,
yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you very well.
All right, fantastic, sir. So, you know, we have 42 hours for the presidential aspirants to declare their running mates publicly for Nigerians, and the capacity, competence, and acceptability are key to this decision. I'm asking, what are the workings within the APC on the decision, despite the autonomy of the decision being with the presidential aspirant Bola Ahmed himself?
I mean, with respect to who is going to be the VP, Abi?
Yes, President, sir. Yes, sir.
We are starting. It's not been easy, especially when you are dealing with issues of religion, because that's the greatest obstacle we have now. Who do we choose? Who is going to come on board? So, but we are working hard. Leaders are
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Are you there? Are you there, sir?
He can't
Apologies, sir. We have to go on a quick break to sort out the network problem. We'll be right back. Please stay with us. All right, many thanks for staying with us. Like I said earlier, Engineer Igbokwe, are you there now? Are you there, sir? All right.
Yes.
Okay, all right. We're still having the same issue, but the question I asked earlier is that we have 72 hours for the presidential aspirant to declare their running mates publicly for Nigerians. And I'm asking, you know, the capacity, competence, and the acceptability are key to this decision. What are the workings within the APC on this decision, despite the autonomy of the decision being with the presidential aspirant, that's the Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself? Are you there? All right, while we're still trying to...
I hope you can get me now.
Hello, are you there, sir?
I said, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we can hear you.
Yes. You know, it's going to be a collective decision. It's not, even though it's going to be the vice president, but it's a decision of the party. All the leaders of the party. You know, and you know, there's this religious angle on it about it. So everybody's working. We're working round the clock to make sure that we get the right candidates. I think we have less than 2 days to do that. So our leaders are actually want to set forth, you know, somebody that will be supportive, somebody that understands the job, somebody that knows what to do, somebody that's well educated, somebody that is you know, that understand what politics is all about and what governance is all about. So we are putting all these things into consideration. And I tell you, the next 24 hours, you will hear from us. You have me?
Yes, sir. Okay. Such a person who is going to be the vice president of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is going to be his running mate? Are we looking at any ethnicity or religious factors, knowing that Asiwaju himself, of course, as a man of the people, is a Muslim? Are we looking at the Christian as the vice president, knowing that this balance also is quite important for Nigerians to feel a level of inclusion?
You know, if someone's producing the president, they're not supposed to produce the vice president. That one is understandable. Then the next thing is religion. You know, it's coming up again. And Asiwaju is a Muslim. Is he going to pick a Muslim candidate or a Christian? These are the things we defeated in 1990, almost 30 years ago. It's coming up again. So I wouldn't want, for me, I want anybody that is good, whether it's a Christian or Muslim. Because you can pick a Muslim who is mediocre. You can also pick a Christian who is a mediocre. So what I want us to do is to look beyond religious affiliations, you know. Let's go for competence. Let's go for somebody that is going to preach. And Kike came up in 1993. We didn't discuss all these things. He didn't come up. Nobody answered. All we wanted are the men, the president and the vice president that is going to work for Nigeria. Very unfortunately is coming after almost 30 years. And we're still saddled with the issue of it cannot make sense. It doesn't make sense. And it cannot help this country. We need to move away because these things can deny us, you know, competent people, can deny Nigeria. And you know, if I always say, if you get power, if you win the presidency, you have 4 years. And if guy is not taking you, you do 8 years. So if you get somebody who is not good, because you don't know what's going to happen. So the VP is going to be as competent as so these things, you know, are things that we must consider very well. To me, I don't care about where you're coming from. If I want to enter an aircraft now, I will just enter. I'm not going to ask whether the pilot is a Christian or a Muslim. If I go to the hospital now, I will just walk into the hospital. What I need is to get cured. I don't want to know if the doctor is a Muslim or a Christian. You see, we have to do away with these infractions, these small things that tend to tear us apart and go straight to the point. Let's talk about competence. Let's talk about what the VP and the president is going to bring to the table. That's what we need, and not these sentiments, religious sentiments and primordial sentiments. It's not going to help this nation. So that's my take on that. Hello?
Okay, sir. We can hear you, sir. Can you hear us?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you very well.
Okay. My question would be something that has been bordering on the integrity of the flag bearer of the party right now. And I must say is rubbing off on the integrity of the party as well. And stalwarts and chieftains of the party have not been known to satisfactorily answer that question, which borders on the age of the presidential aspirant. On Wikipedia, if you find Wikipedia on Bola Ahmed Tinubu's daughter's page, you'll find that Wikipedia is posting 79 as the age of the flag bearer. But I would really want for someone who's as vocal as you to really address that. How old is Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
70 years, nothing more. And I want us to remove this matter here. It's 70 years. You saw what happened at the convention venue. He sat there for almost 2 days, sitting in one place. And immediately he picked the ticket of the party. He moved. And you can see the energy, you can see the strength, you can see the power. So let us remove some of these things that I'm not supposed to. I don't think we are supposed to be discussing this age matter here. Let's move to what's going to happen? Who is going to be the VP? How are we going to win? How is he going to tackle the economy? How is he going to tackle insecurity? How is he going to do, to put food on the table of Nigerians and to create more jobs? These are the things we should be discussing. These things that are coming up
all right.
I'm sorry to say it's irrelevant.
All right,
let's just leave it up.
All right, we hear you. Talking about winning, because earlier when you were talking about our Muslim tickets is not as important as it should not be an issue, and comparing it to many years ago. I want to say that many years ago during MK Abiola, that period is different from the era that we live in today. And I must ask you, Tinubu said his decision for running mates is in his pocket and his sole business. Controversies have risen, on religious grounds, on the fact that a Muslim Christian tickets will be the favorable consideration for peculiarities of our system, of our country today. How does Tinubu hope to win the vote of over 45 Christians in this country, if I may ask?
45 million.
If you ask me, I belong to APC Political School, and he has been my leader for years. Do you really think that Actually does not take anything concerning religion very serious. What if he's a pastor in a Redeemed Church? So what we want is somebody who is going to deliver, who is going to add values to Nigeria, not somebody who is going to be talking about going to church or going to mosque. That's not what we're talking about. So I don't think the man has a plan for Nigeria, and he has antecedents. He's coming from Lagos, the fifth largest economy in Africa. That's what we'll be talking about. Let's move on. Let's move on to something very, very important, and not these religious issues. When we get to the bridge, we'll cross it. Actually, you pick his candidate. He may be a Muslim, he may be a Christian. Whatever we put on the table, you know that the party would have decided, because it's going to be a collective decision. And they are going to look deeper to get a performer. Somebody who has, like I said, has something to bring to the table. That's what we're talking about. And I can tell you, when we get to the bridge, we'll cross it. Okay?
and talking about the strategy. Sir, however we look at this, from the opposition party PDP, you know, the strategy is to use a southern candidate like Wike, Okowa, Udom as the vice president candidate. Using Wike is a strong contention of APC at the moment, and we cannot overlook that however we look at it. And if I'm talking about the 45% candidacy that it must try to win over, what are the plans of the party to win this out? It's important for us to, you know, talk about this, knowing that the opposition party PDP are also strategizing.
PDP is not a threat. It has 16 years here, and they carried it away with reckless abandon. They don't know what to do with leadership. They don't understand leadership. They wasted Nigerian resources for 16 years. So if you look at it, the presidency is supposed to go to the south. So for them to go and pick article from the north is a minus, and it's not going to help matters. Every Southern understand that the presidency is supposed to come to the south. I don't think any bona fide or Southerner who understand the nitty-gritty of Nigerian politics or dynamics of Nigerian politics will look at articles option. And don't forget that Obasanjo has written article off from the political scene. If you have read the book, Obasanjo's My Watch, you will know that Obasanjo understands article very well. Article was the vice president when Obasanjo was in power. So he knows the man in and out, and he has given us a clear picture of who the man is. So he's not even in the cards. They have made the mistake of picking him from the north instead of presidency going to the south. That's number one. Number two is that they are bringing somebody with questionable character that has been so decimated by his principal inside the book, My Watch. Go and pick it and read. What Obasanjo wrote there is on put down level. And nobody's going to remove, just clear with a wave of hand. It's still there staring us in the face. So PDP is not even in the cards. I'm telling you, go and check the movements. Check what is going on here now. Nobody is even looking at that angle. But we are working as if there's a strong opposition in PDP, but we know they are not there. We can't give them power again. We gave them power in 16 years. They fumbled. They couldn't do anything. And mark my words, when we get to the bridge, we'll cross it. When we get to the real campaigns, we are going to bring out what Buhari did in 8 years. And we're going to bring out, they're going to show us what PDP did in 16 years. We're all the money in the world. So don't worry yourself. This is APC. We are here to govern. We are here to add values to Nigeria. We are not here for jokes. And 8 years Buhari spent in office, you will see. By the time they will bring it out, you will see what the party has done. It is what we have done that we tell us what, we tell Nigerians what to do with us. We will show them. Okay?
Okay, sir. Quite understandable. I think I would like to pick from one of what you said, looking at Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's antecedents in Lagos. Yes, we knew what his 8 years government was and other subsequent candidates that he had put down for the party who have made the governors of Lagos State from Fashola, Ambode, and now looking at Sanwo-Olu. But I think that if you're saying Lagos is the 5th largest economy in Africa, at this point, Lagos is facing a lot of challenges, which I think the party in general is negligent towards, starting from security, starting from looking at infrastructure, health, and all of these things. Lagos has never had it this bad. And it is on record that the Lagos State chieftains or the APC chieftains are particularly facing the 2023 elections and neglecting these insecurity challenges, numerous insecurity challenges in Lagos State.
Transportation as well.
Inclusive of transportation. And there are too many enormous things. For me, I would say Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration is quite weak. And I don't know the complacence that is happening in this administration. So I'm asking, as a special advisor on his cabinet, what are you doing in Lagos State? And looking at the fact that Babajide Sanwo-Olu is seeking a second term in Lagos State. I'm from Lagos. I'm an engineer of Lagos. So it's of major concern to me how Lagos move forward, sir.
It seems to me that you do not understand Lagos. I'm putting it to you that you do not understand Lagos, that you do not know the number of people that are coming into Lagos every day. So if you are doing something, it looks as if you are not doing anything. Do you know that Lagos has the biggest rice mill in Nigeria? Do you know that Lagos is the 5th largest economy in Africa? Do you know about the projects, rail projects? Do you know about housing projects? Do you know about schools? What government is doing in school to our schools? Innovations, building new schools, working on the teachers. Do you know what we are doing with roads? You cannot see it, you cannot feel it, given our population. Lagos bears a lot of burden in this country, and you need to know this. And despite all this, our IGR is moving up, even in the face of COVID-19. Lagos is still working. Lagos is bearing a burden even Nigeria cannot bear. If you don't know, I have lived in this city for close to 40 years. So I can educate you about this city. This is a place to be. This is a place people will come with nothing and go with millions. It's working. Go and look at the real estate in Lagos. Go and look at the lands. Go and look at ferries. Before, have you heard about ferries? Using boat to travel, to move. Do you know how many jetties we have in Lagos now? You know, before you make this kind of you need to move around to go and see things for us. I'm estate drainage in Lagos. Lagos is a coastal city. Do you know the amount of to clean up the drains and to construct new drains? Do you know? You know, canals are inside the bush. You may not see it. But we go there to clean it up. Otherwise, water will take up people here. A lot is going on here, but
I'm quite aware, sir, but what I'm saying is...
All right, apologies. We'll go on a quick break to get... apologies. We'll go on a quick break to get a word from our sponsors. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
I used to care for the world's opinion. I used to fear their rejection. I used to beg for validation. And I used to wait to be seen. But the fire that burned in me was hotter. And the passion that lived in me had a voice of its own. So I stopped waiting and started to act. I stopped fearing and started to live. And when they thought I'd fail, I stepped into my power.
Because my time is now.
I'm still Malta. Be your best.
All right, glad to know you're still with us. In case you just joined the show, today's conversation is about Democracy Day, which we've celebrated over the weekend, and of course, the landscape of democracy in our country, Nigeria, today. And we'll also had the pleasure of discussing with the candidacy of Tinubu amongst many contentions at the moment. Interwovenly, we've been discussing with the brilliant politician. Yes, that's how I would like to describe. He's also a prolific writer and a current special advisor to Governor Sanwo-Olu on drainage and water system, Engineer Igbokwe. I say many thanks for all you've been sharing thus far. You know, there's a lot of light we need to still throw on other sector. But before we go further, it's important for us to quickly, open our phone lines. For you to be part of this conversation, you can call us on this number 08098877400 showing on your screen right now. And of course, you can comment on our social media platform. We are live on Silverbird page on Facebook, and of course Real Talk with Kike Facebook page. Masha, let me quickly let you take a swipe on this.
All right, I don't know if we still have him. Sir, are you live to us?
Yes, he's with us.
Okay. Sir, in answering the question my host asked, Kike, you responded by saying that by the time the 8 years, the achievements of the 8 years of Buhari are reeled out, it won't be compared to the 15 years or 16 years of the PDP. Forgive me, sir, if, like Kike did introduce you as a prolific writer, and I also said I feel you're a very vocal person, and I wouldn't be wrong if I refer to you as the head of communication in any way of the APC or even the Sanwo-Olu's or Ambode's government. However, I, with all reverence to you, sir, we are bringing you on the show here to educate us and to tell us what we do not know. So I think it will be wrong if we, first of all, the 8 years of Buhari, is it that it is left in the drawer somewhere and it will be brought out the way you said it? When it is brought out, we would all see. And then when you ask my colleague, co-host Dami here, that if she knows about the ferries and if she knows about the problem, if she doesn't, we expect you to tell us. And that's why we're asking you the questions.
That's what I'm telling you. I'm not quarreling with her. That's what I'm telling you. I'm just trying to remind her. That's all. So let's just go on. It is going well. Hello?
Yes. Can you hear me? Are you there? Can you hear me loud and clear, sir? Are you there, sir? Can you hear me? Hello, sir. The network is pretty bad.
I'm there. I can hear you.
All right. Many thanks.
I can hear you.
All right. Let me dive a little bit to a very terrible event that happened, what will I say, in your own political career, which was when your house was burnt and your properties, destroyed in your hometown. And many questions or many people speculated that it was a retaliation by IPOB on your political stance. I doubt if the culprits have been brought to book till date. And I think I saw something on Governor Charles Soludo, who is also having a tough time with IPOB. I need to ask you, sir, what are your thoughts on the excesses of IPOB today?
It's clear. My house was not burned for nothing. I said that elders should not be at home and children will wear snakes as necklaces. I saw it coming and I raised an alarm. I tried to call our leaders to stand up that this thing, because I know South is very well, if we do not manage it, it will enter into a real business of making money. And that is where we are today. As a consequence of that, they went to the village and brought down my house. And that is what I took it because that's what I sacrificed for democracy and as a leader. So I'm not bothered about it. But the thing is that the carnage or the destruction or stealing or murder in the Southeast has escalated beyond reasonable doubt, beyond my imagination. When I was saying that a year or 2 years ago, I didn't know it's going to get to this. So now everybody has seen, they have seen what I have been talking about. And they're now calling me. They said, Igbokwe, we didn't know you are a visionary. We didn't know that you are a prophet. I told them that the time will come, they won't care about your face. Now, you know how many people that have been brought down? How many houses have been, people that have been beheaded is getting worse every day. And I saw this thing and I warned. South is becoming Thomas Hobbes, what Thomas Hobbes calls state of nature, where life is nasty, brutish, and short. That's what I'm saying. Today, the place is a no-go area. Every Monday, they sit at home. And
going forward, sir, what's the solution going forward?
The solution is that leaders must come up. To me, what I want the governors to do is to write the federal government to provide insecurity to flush those people out. We can't be treating them with kid gloves. They are criminals, they are murderers. Very, very pathetic one for that matter. Unimaginable if you know what they are doing in the Southeast. They have taken laws into their hands. They are killing policemen. They are destroying police formations and all that. So They are criminals. They are terrorists. That's nothing. Left for me, I would say, let's declare state of emergency there until we flush those people out.
Thanks for that submission. I have a caller on the line right now. Apologies for holding you for too long. I wanted our guest to submit on his thoughts. Quickly, please go straight to the point, and please do not use any any negative words or ill words right now. Please go straight to the point. Are you there?
Yeah.
Please go straight to the point. Many thanks for calling.
Okay. I'm Kike. So I did expect.
Go. I have to let Kingsley go. Apologies. Marshall, please go.
Well, for me, I'd really like to say, I mean, he has said that he would ask the governor to write the federal government to invite security, or rather to beef up the security in Anambra State as a solution, like you were asking, to IPOB in that state, going by the wanton killing and the destruction of properties that is going on there. But we've seen Operation Python Dance, we've seen the other one, Something Smile, and I'm wondering, and if you're going to the east right now by road, you will see the installations of several security outposts there. And it doesn't seem to be abating the problem there. You would find that these are people with an agitation, and several people have called that have requested or have sought that the members of the IPOB or this secessionist movement should be called together on a round table and listened to. You don't seem to be of that school of thought that they should be heard out and some kind of agreement reached.
You know, right now, you don't know whom to talk to. You have IPOB. You have Eastern Security Network. You have what's the name of the other one? There are about 3 of them. You know, Eastern Security Network. There's this other one. So they are into so many groups, and criminals have infiltrated into the system that you don't know who to talk to. Everybody fighting for himself. Kidnappers are there. Unknown gunmen are there. So who are you going to talk to? IPOB that we know, they have told us that they don't know all these ones. So where do we start? We need to flush everybody out. That is what we must do. As I speak to you now, they go into a place, go into a petrol station, buy petrol and walk away. If you come with a car, if you like it, they will take it away. If they see your wife, they will take. If they see your daughter, they will take. If they see your money, they will take.
All right. Let's bring it back to 2023 general elections, sir. And looking at the formation in 2014, the APC won the presidency or the general election on the heels of the participation of millions of youth who felt that they needed to take back Nigeria. That revolution seemed to have doubled in efforts, as we are already seeing many youths from social media to the streets of Lagos, Ibadan, and even in the north, clamoring for youth to take back their country in favor or in support of Peter Obi. I don't know how you think your administration, Kike, will have a phone call?
Yeah, please, before you answer that question, we have Confidence on the line. Confident, apology for holding, endurance rather, for holding you down for too long. Please go straight to the topic at hand.
Hello, Endurance.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Please go straight to the topic at hand.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Can I go ahead with my question?
Go ahead with your question, yes.
Okay. I want to ask the man in studio. He said the PDP is 15 minutes. Okay.
I'm sorry, I have to let this go. I'm sorry. Sir,
I have to let you go. So my question is, Peter Obi winning the youth over from social media to the streets of Nigeria, how do you think your party will fare at the 2023 elections without the youth this time?
Let me shock you. Youths you are talking about, are they youth from Southeast or youth from Southwest? or youth from the north. You think these things are done overnight? When you're talking about the youth from southeast will vote P2B, but youth from and the youth from the north, what is the big deal? So let the youth of southeast vote P2B, youth for southwest will vote Achiwaju, and youth from the north, because we have an alliance with them, we vote Achiwaju. So, as they are going to register, we are also telling our youth to go and register. The same thing is happening in the north. So we will see what you have not seen before. Forget what is happening on social media. These elections cannot be won on social media.
Absolutely.
They did the same thing years back. Where did it take us to? You see, these things are not done overnight. Go and look at Atuaju's track records. Go and look at my track records. I was the publicity secretary of this party in Lagos when it was ACN for almost 15 years. For almost 15 years. Then I have headed 2 agencies in Lagos here since 2005. And I'm now SA Drainage and Water Resources. Every man must have history. If you don't have history, nobody's going to take you serious. Not something you can achieve overnight. You're calling P2B. Where are the structures? Where is the party? Labour Party?
Apologies for interrupting your line of thought, sir. We have Chukwuemeka from Port Harcourt calling. Chukwuemeka, please go straight to the point. This will be our last call today.
My name is Chukwuemeka from the Port Harcourt.
Yes, please go ahead.
Please speak in. Can you?
I want to make a point over Joe's comment that Tinubu is 70 days now. I want to ask you a question. You can tell us how it was Tinubu added when it was the government of the Lagos State. In fact, I don't know why some of these are tells us why. And that is the problem where we are facing challenging in the idea. Why I think it's going to be angry on the politicians because we are gotten all the things. And it is anti-profession.
I can barely hear what he's saying. Sir, this might be the last question before we go to the last segment of the show. You are the special advisor on water resources and, of course, drainage to the state governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu. And a number of prominent areas in states are affected by flood, during the last episode of downpour in the states. I would like to know what your office is doing regarding this. That is question one. And the second question is that you are a thorough, patriotic, and a figure with a number of written publications. You have written on 50 years after Biafra. You've written on the Igbos. You've written on heroes of democracy. I'm particular about the heroes of democracy at the moment because it's reflect or it's relevant to our discussion today and where we are in our country. What's your own overview of our democracy and the path ahead of 2023 election? What's your take on this, sir?
Well, we have made progress. Even though it's in the face of in terms of difficulties, we have made steady progress of almost 23 years of uninterrupted military interregnum. And you may think that we have not made progress, but we have made tremendous progress for 23 years of democracy. That in itself is something to take home. Even though we may not have gotten to where we should be, but I think we have made progress. And you can feel it. You can say it. Seeing is believing. So we have done well, even though we should have done better. But even in advanced democracies, you still see infractions, all kinds of problems. We are managing problems of almost 400 ethnic groups. It's a difficult country to manage, but we are making steady progress. There's no nation that's without issues. Go to the US, there's massive shooting every day. People are dying. But we're not comparing ourselves with US. But when you have, Nigeria is the US in Africa. So the bigger you are, the bigger the problem. If you are small, your problem will be small. If you are big, your problem will be big. So that is what we are managing. So we should pray for our country to succeed. The Bible says we should pray for the beauty of Jerusalem. The same thing, we should pray for the beauty of Nigeria. Then the second question.
Yes, sir.
The second question, the first one you asked, okay, you talked about my writings.
She spoke about the drainage system in Lagos. Your office, what are you doing about it?
The lot is going on here. It is my area. This is a coastal city, like New Orleans, like you can find in Netherlands and some other low-lying areas. But Lagos spends billions every year to dredge our canals and to construct our canals. That's why you don't, like, we're getting into rainy season now. What we see, that's what we call flash flooding. When you see, after a heavy downpour, you see flood, but within 1 hour, it will vanish. It will go into wetlands.
Many thanks for your submission thus far. We've run out of time, sir. And again, it was nice having you on the talk show today, and many thanks for all you've been able to share. But, if you can still, give us a minute of your time before we go to the last segment of the show, which we call Trending Stories, stories that binds us together, that affect us as Nigerians, as family. And the first trending story that caught our attention is that of the Catholic Church that begins with no PVC, no entry into church. Dami, let me come to you first. What's your take on this trending story when you saw it?
Well, I think what we should have been doing 20, 25, 30 years ago, democracy is what we are doing now. It's never too late. So everybody, even when you go to the banks, no PVC, no collection of money. We should begin to make things right. Let the right be right. And we'll live by it and we'll adjust to it. So it's a welcome idea.
Husband?
Yes. Well, no PVC, no collection of money. I do not. Well, I know it won't happen because
some people will not make it happen.
Not everybody cares about voting, and not everybody feels that they are obligated to vote. However, it's a welcome development. We're seeing it already in churches. Other churches are also not just the Catholic faith. The Pentecostal faith too, they are beginning to adopt it, and it's a very welcome development. We hope that Muslims too, in their mosques, will begin to do same.
All right, many thanks for your submission, guys. I think that what happened in Owo actually brought about this change. And who said religion has nothing to do with politics? When politics and the government decide who goes to church or who goes to mosque, or who is safe to practice one religion or the other, this is the kind of results that we should embrace. However, I feel that there's a clear on a call that we all have to embrace on this change. We can't continue on the path of wishful thinking and prayerful prayers with no actions, if you ask me, expecting God to always intervene for us in any smallest circumstances that we find ourselves because of how sentimental we are in our beliefs. However, do I feel that the choice are in our hands right now? It is obvious with everything that is happening in our country, and the decision are ours to make. I feel that the government, won't assume power if we do not vote them in the first place. They will not get to power riding on the back of our votes. And this is why I feel that we need to constantly lend our voice, ask people to go get their PVC, yes, because I just feel that no sentiment again. We shouldn't complain beyond 2023. The ills are too much on all sectors, and if we had the hand in picking somebody in the corridor of power, then we should do it right. The question of rigging and falsification is not the question I'm talking about right now. It is about us trying to get rid of this and participate. There's an inclusion that must come from all sectors, whether male or female or children, and above, as long as you're above 18. And the response question is that, however we look at it, we have played our part first by getting your PVC. Let's play our part first. Let's get, let's rid ourselves of ethnicity, religion, and petty sentiment. As far as I'm concerned, let's do the needful. Let's get the right person into power, and then we cannot start talking about change. It's got nothing to do with just us not getting PVC. It is a step in the right direction. It's a process. We need to be attentive. We need to be well informed on the kind of candidates we want to put in the corridor of power. And I feel that if you ask me, it's not just about monitoring our votes to the letter. It's about the stress of doing all the things that is better so that the hardship, the woes that we are facing today in our country can go under the bad of can end with the bad leadership that we have currently. Yes, we are this administration, as far as I'm concerned, is bad leadership. I don't care about.
They have 8 years in the drama. Yeah. They'll bring it out. So don't judge yet.
Open. All right, guys. I believe that with that we've come to the end of another edition of Real Talk with Kike. Sir, are you still there?
I would have liked to respond to what you are saying.
No, what? I would love if you can.
Everything is bad on your own side. You are not seeing anything good. You see, we have to grow up. We have to celebrate what we have. You know, there's power in the.
All right, so I think indeed we had an awesome show on today's edition of Real Talk with Kike. Courtesy our resourceful guest, Engineer Joe Igbokwe. And thanks for coming on the show. I wish that we can look at it from your own lenses right now to say that things are working fine. But we are talking from a place of where we are from our own perspective. And we have every right to hear our opinion. On this note, this is where we draw the curtains of the show. But before we go, I want to give you, let's wrap up with another segment, which is the segment of the Wimbies. You know, as the media partner to Wimbies, I covered and captured the big event that took place over the weekend that was orchestrated by women in management and business, and it was the first ever women in politics monitoring program. And as far as I'm concerned, I feel that the participation of women in politics now is very key. It has been aimed that women must have an insight and understand the rudiments of politics. And the tickets that must be guided and be experienced as a politician. I feel Nigeria will get better if all of us can collectively contribute our own quota to politics and of course to national building. This is where I have to leave you with a short video and reflect on the roles of women and of course taking the bull by the horn. On this note, enjoy the clip. Bye for now. See you on Thursday.
My government will focus on insecurity. Firstly. Secondly, we'll focus on agriculture. Thirdly, we'll focus on education. Insecurity would ensure we tighten the borders. Within the first week, ensure we have drones in strategic positions to monitor what is going on in these areas. We would also ensure that we have an all-inclusive government or cabinet members in which we have different tribes, different religions, and genders in this position to reduce the agitations of marginalization. Also, we would ensure that we restructure the constitution.
I will try to reduce the expenditure that is not based on debt profile, in the sense that you have a lot of wastage with respect to salaries, for public officers and all that, so you try to streamline and reduce the number of public services or servants that you have in high offices. Then political office holders also, you look at what their salary earning is, and then you try to streamline or reduce that to be able to first enhance the budget in the sense that you have more liquidity within the budget to be able to address things like agri, education, and thereof.
One of the strategies I'm going to use is, take for instance, the first quarter, the GDP, we had an increase of 3.11%. And majority, it is driven by the telecommunication, which contributed almost over 93%. So first of all, I'm going to deal with that. How do I go about that? I'm going to work on ensuring an ease of doing business. I'm going to ensure that telecommunication are expanded towards the underserved areas, and by so doing, many people will see the opportunity and be working and be contributing to the economy. In addition to that, telecommunication, they are faced with security challenges, serious security challenges, and that is the reason why it is important. I'm also going to deal with security.
WIMPO program as made by WIMBIS is basically to empower and educate the women folks, the women gender, as to politics, how to play the role in politics, what to do, what to know, because they've realized that a lot of women are not knowledgeable about politics, and this is a platform for them to know and understand much more about politics, and so they can become players in that field.
What WIMBI stands for is basically to bring together women in governance, in business, because there are women everywhere. So we've got women on the board, we've got women, acting in various capacities, commissioners, or